Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing wonderfully today. I am just out for my runarounds. I don't know if you guys can see the pollen on the windshield or not, or the green haze. I did not wash it off yet. I was going to see if I could show you guys what it looked like. You can see it kind of on the hood of the car, too. I need to go through the car wash, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that today. See it on the back of that car. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really show up on the thing. You can see the green haze on my car a little bit. You can see it on the back when that soft top on that thing. And phone issues. My case just came loose. There we go. I need to not be doing that mess when I'm sitting at the lights. So how is everybody today on this happy Monday? I am off to run some errands. It's going to be not going to be a huge length of video. And what's going on over here? Made a pollen on that car. Yeah, during pollen season, March through May, partially into May, I have the unlimited wash option at the car wash, so I can go through there every day because I can't stand all the pollen. But today, I am running. Today's my last week in training at work. I start a new class for my coding, and I also have some other surprises up my sleeves. Those are all going to be stream surprises, so I'm not going to tell you now. And in May, second week of May, I believe, I will be in Florida. I will be at the parks, the Disney and Universal. So if you want to hang out or just stop by and say hi, just let me know. I'm not going to have a lot of free time outside of the parks because I have other things I have to do, and I will probably have to be working in the mornings a little bit while I'm down there. Yeah, you can see that yellowish green thing in the gutters on the side of the road. That's pollen. Yay, pollen. I'm hoping the pollen will be less in Florida, but somehow I think it's not going to happen. I don't remember pollen ever being like this anywhere but here. And I know why it's like this. It's because during the construction boom, everybody wanted to put pretty landscaping in, and all the pretty landscaping tends to be male, and it creates the pollen. So we have a lot of male plant pollen wandering around. I had some other things I wanted to say. I don't remember what. One of these days I'll have to actually organize these rambles. Of course, then it won't be a ramble so much. This is looking into MegaCon. We may do MegaCon in Orlando because if we're moving in July, I don't think I'm going to make the trip back up here for DragonCon this Labor Day, especially since I don't think that it will be really a good idea to wander about in that mess of people. Not the way DragonCon is, because DragonCon is shoulder to shoulder packed. Like, you can't get away from it. And people used to get sick leaving after they left DragonCon anyway. They called it con crud. It's like con crud on steroids. But I don't believe I am going to do that. So we are thinking about going to MegaCon, which is not nearly as busy as looking at the videos. And it will be in August in Orlando, so we don't have to travel for it. I hear sirens, ambulance. Look at the pollen on that car. That's what my car would look like if I didn't keep it washed. So I'm going to leave you guys here while I run in and get my mail. I haven't been in here in a minute. You guys can look at the pretty blue house. And I will be right back. I'm not sure how much my AirPods will connect. We'll keep connected because I'm not parked where I usually park, but I'll be right back. I am back. So I don't get much in my post office these days. I'm probably not going to renew it after this one since we're moving. I was debating on renewing it when it auto-renewed in the first place. I think. Ooh. No. To the headphones. So I do have a post office box in Orlando, so what I think I need to do is just switch everything over down to that one. And it's not, it's actually, it's cheaper than the post office box. It's with a service, and they will scan my email or scan my mail and email it to me or upload it and all that stuff. And they'll forward checks, I think, as well. Or do something with checks if I pay a little bit more. So yeah, I think I'm going to look into just changing all of that. And putting the business name, the channel name on there too. Little Cottage Brewery. That's new. Something going on down there with tow trucks. Man, these used to be some construction sites. They used to be very busy, those two lots. That building over there was a warehouse, a big old warehouse, construction warehouse. And the other one on the corner, I forget what they did. But there was always, deliveries being made, people coming and going in big trucks back there. Even after the pandemic started, they were still there, so I'm not sure what happened. Probably the rent got too high. Sunshine is warm. Coming soon. Something. With the folded down sign. Pizza place. Not entirely sure we need yet another pizza place. Pizza places here are not that great. Dave! Welcome, Dave. We have sunshine. And it's cold outside with the wind, but the sunshine in the car is warm. And it's yellow. Everywhere's yellowy green. But anyhow, yeah, it's a pretty cool service. It's physicaladress.com. They have a location here on the west side off of over in the Howe Mill, Chattahoochee Hills district. And that's the only reason I went ahead and went with them, is because I knew that they had a location here I could walk into if I had an issue with the Orlando one, or they could ship things up to this location. I could pick it up there if I needed to. But I needed to establish a residential address down there before I went down in May. And that was the best way to do it, because they give you an actual address, not a post office address. We have services here. Like I said, they have the one in the West End, but they have one over here by the post office that does it too. But the one over here, they also do workspace. Like you can have a physical business in there. It's bicycle time. I will miss this area, at least as far as what it used to be. It makes me sad. I mean, we had right here on the left, we had Ace in Town Hardware, Smith Ace Hardware, and it was really nice. It was really old-fashioned hardware, and even though this is 4 lanes, it was really like an old-fashioned small town area, and it's changed so much. And it's still nice here, but it's just overpriced, and it's too busy. There's too much traffic, and they're building a. Oops! I need to put the air conditioning on my phone. It's getting hot. They're building a Publix back there at an intersection that's already a mess. It's Sam's Crossing on the other side of the tracks, an intersection that's already a mess. And they don't do anything to alleviate the traffic. They like build stuff and then they're like, oh, well, maybe we should try this. Maybe there's too much traffic here, instead of doing the traffic study first. It looks like they finally rented out that townhouse. So is everything covered in yellow green up there too, Dave? So I can't decide if I'm feeling lethargic because of the pollen and I'm not taking my medicine like I'm supposed to be, or if it's because of the first dose. I'm a week and a day out now from the first dose, so it's starting to get better. The trees are so pretty, though. I think I just now realized that they were all leaved. leafied. All the green is back. Somebody tells me the person in front of us is a real estate agent from the license plate. Or was. It's like I've been thinking about all the things that I wanted that I have plans that I have planned, and I can't talk about any of them yet. I mean, I can, but I'm not. Today's the first day in my React course, so I need to get that done. I have too many things happening right now. Way too many things. Ooh, let's talk travel. That's what I wanted to talk about, travel. So, I got a notification a little bit ago that I haven't read yet about the governor in Florida and vaccination passports. Um, Probably these are going to be a thing. In starting July 1st, you can travel into Phuket in Thailand as long as you have a vaccination record. And they're going to put an app on your phone to track you so you can't leave Phuket. It's their experiment to see how this will go. And then right now, they say beginning in October that you can travel the rest of not going, whatever. That you can travel the rest of Thailand as long as you have a vaccination passport. But I think if it goes well, they're going to bump that up to be sooner. Most of it right now is just contingent on how soon they can get people vaccinated, because they have just now started doing the vaccinations. Cruises are going to start sailing beginning June 1st here in the US. I'm assuming they don't bump it, which I don't think they're going to at this point. But different cruises have different rules. Some of them require proof of vaccination, some of them require proof of vaccination and negative test. Some of them don't require anything. I think it's Caribbean or Carnival that's not requiring it the vaccination or the test. I'm not sure. So you really just need to either hire a travel agent like me to look over stuff, or hey Garrett, what are you ha-haing about? Or you have to just read all the fine print. You definitely need to read all the fine print. Get travel insurance. Read the fine print on the travel insurance, because everything is so much up in the air right now. Just like my hotel room that I got in Orlando is free cancellation all the way up until the day before my arrival. Okay, now you see these signs say right lane closed. Yep, it's actually closed. Nobody gets over until the last minute here, because half the time there's nothing there. They forget to come back and collect the signs, or they leave them there for later, or whatever they do. Well, I want people to watch, Garrett, but I'm going to be the same regardless. I told you that. You know that. I am me. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody I'm not. Yes, I'm very good at rambling. I don't know that that's a good thing, but I talk to myself this way too. Or actually, I talk to my dog. At home, I'll talk to my dog like this. She just looks at me like I'm crazy. But no, I'm not going to be different than how I am. This is who I am. A lot of people, and you can tell a lot of times how people are. They'll act a certain way on the stream, and you can kind of just tell that's not who they really are, or that they're putting on a face. I don't do any of that. Of course, you can't see my face when I'm driving, so there's that. And that might be by design. But I don't like the way I look on camera at all because I have really, really pale skin, and it shows like all the black bruises under my eyes from lack of sleep and sinus issues, and I don't look like I look on the camera. My hair never looks right either. Like I'll style my hair and it'll look a certain way, and then I'll put it on camera because my hair is like baby fine, but I have a lot of it. And I'll look on the camera, I'll style it a certain way, it'll look good, and then I'll look on the camera and it won't catch a lot of the baby fine hairs. So it looks like I'm missing hairs. I don't know, none of that makes sense to anybody. We are putting money in the bank. Yippee. I need to get my thingy out. I don't know what they're doing other than sitting here. They don't have their window open. They're sitting in front of the ATM. Thank you. Craziness, people. Now this is really cool, and I'm not going to bring you over to show it because you don't need the screen, but you can push a button on the screen and it will angle depending on how tall your vehicle is. Like you can pick high, mid, or low vehicle. It's really neat. Oh my gosh, the pollen all over this thing. Oh, yes, I am coughing now. I'm not really coughing, but I could be coughing momentarily because of the pollen. Wait. Putting the stuff in the slots. I hear people. I hear people's. I don't see people's, but I hear people's. There's people's. I do not need extra papers. Do I want to do something else? I do want to do something else, but not here. I kind of want to make the money multiply itself. That would be neat. Oh my gosh, I just dumped all my wallet out on my car seat. Oh, you come back here. We're letting the ATM do its little thing. It's done did its little thing. Oh, I lagged? Yeah, I saw, who was it? More Sunshine Please. I think I saw him. He did a video there. I did not look appetizing. He likes it, and that's fine. But I'm very picky about my pizza, having worked in the industry for so long. Now, we're going to have to go all the way through this parking lot to be able to get out of here, hit the light. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I am me. You'll hear me yelling at cars. I try not to cuss on the stream, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen because this is Atlanta and we drive in Atlanta, and things happen. But at the same time, I try not to cuss anymore in real life either. So that's definitely not something that's different between stream and real life. What is that? That looks interesting. That's an old truck. That is a very old, weird looking truck. It has no nose. And these parking lots are not made for bigger vehicles at all. Nor are the roads. I kind of want some bubble tea. But I'm not. I didn't cuss that time. They said I try not to, but sometimes it happens. So when we turn left on the right-hand side, you're going to see Suno Dessert. That's where I get my bubble teas. And they've got donuts in that shopping center, and they've got Mediterranean Grill, which is they're from Morocco, and they've got a grocery store called Nuts and Berries that I have not been in. It used to be a grocery store, a small independent called Rainbow. And when the pandemic hit, they just retired. They said, we're not even going to deal. We're just retiring. They said they had plans to do that anyway. But who knows? Oy. There's Suno in the corner. There's also a place in there called Bulgogi, which is really good, or was really good. And then I think the guy sold it and someone else is running it, and it was not as good. But we haven't been there in at least a year, probably a year and a half. My air conditioning is really not coming out. No, I never really had to eat soap. I actually, let me take that back. I didn't have to eat soap. I ate soap by choice. I used to have, I don't know why. I used to take bubble baths, and my mom would use ivory dish soap, I think, for my bubble baths, and I would eat the soap bubbles just because you could. That was so that it was safe to eat them. So I wanted to see what they would taste like. So I would just because it was safe to eat them and I could, I did it. I also ate sand once or twice. Um, I like to taste things. Sand does not taste good. Just for FYI. What else did I eat? I can't remember. Oh, I was also really good at touching what I was told not to touch. Example, exhibit, and I can still remember what we had for dinner, but I'll get to that in a second. Dad's riding lawnmower. He had a John Deere. He'd come back in from mowing, and I was out there, and ever the curious, what is that? Why? I never met a question I didn't like. I'm still that way. I asked him, what is that? And pointed at this part on the vehicle. And he said, it's hot, don't touch it. He didn't tell me what it was. He just said, it's hot, don't touch it. And like most people, when you tell me something is hot, don't touch it, you have to learn the hard way. But instead of just touching it, I wrapped my hand around the muffler. Yeah, that was fun. I sat at the kitchen table with my hand in a bowl of ice water. We had country sausage and macaroni and cheese for dinner. I still remember that. And it hurt. I remember that too. So yeah, I don't do things halfway. Is this the street I need? Yeah, this is the street I need. And I have to find out things for myself, and I never met a question I didn't like, and I wander off and I ramble. So that's me. That is who I am. That is who I will always be. Probably. Yeah, I wander off a lot in stores and stuff. Mom just let me go. She knew I could find her. I got really good at learning how to find my mom if I wanted to find her. Somehow I always managed to find her before she had to come looking for me. Bouncy. There was a circle of death. I did see that. I see a big long paragraph from a Garrett that I have to read. I'm gonna pull over up here in a minute and read stuff. If you have ever heard of Fernbank Museum, it is to the left, or Fernbank Science Center. I kind of have that list on my list of things I want to see before I leave, although it's not really that big of a deal. Let me pull over up here and play with the chat and see what's happening, snapping in. Dee-dee-dee. I'm not gonna, okay, that's kind of a twofold question, Garrett. Simply getting views and subs is not my focus. Content will be my focus. Hopefully content that brings views and subs. I mean, I have enough subs to monetize. I don't have the views at all. I'm way under the views. That's going to take some work. Once I get down there, I will have more time because school will be finished, and then I'll just have work. And my current schedule is from 9 to 1, Monday through Friday, which leaves me afternoons during the weekdays and stuff on the weekends. And obviously, that schedule is not going to pay my bills. And in fact, with school being done, I'll be trying to find something else, hopefully, that I can work around and do, around things. That's all kind of going to be, we will see. I'm not going to focus on views and subs. I'm going to focus on content. Because if I just put stuff up there to get people to watch my channel, that's just dumb. I think that's just dumb. That's just attention. I don't want to be out here just for attention. I'm not out here for that. If I wanted attention, there's other ways I could go get attention. I could go be a Kardashian and put a sex tape out there or something. That's not something I'm ever going to do. But you know what I mean, though. If I just wanted views, if I just wanted attention, then I could go find that. I would have done it by now. I want to do real content that takes time and planning and thought. And that's something I don't have a whole lot of time for right now, which is why I just do these impromptu lives. And I'll still do the impromptu lives. Butterfly. Did you see the butterfly, Garrett? Butterflies find me all the time. It's so cool. Anyway, I want content. I don't, and if the stuff comes from the content, great. If it doesn't, oh well. A lot of my content is going to be geared toward my travel agency. There's a birdie up on the wire. I'm thirsty from the pollen. A lot of content's going to be geared towards the travel agency. I'm working on trying to get something going for something that's opening soon. More things I can't really talk about. There are things in place. I can talk to you them offline if you want. But with travel opening back up, that's part of us moving. Everything that I've been doing up until this point is to set me up, to set the channel up, to set us up for an end game, if you will, which should be growing the travel agency, selling travel. I would love to sell travel and help people experience travel. And then while I'm doing that, I want to go out on the travel myself so I can showcase it and show people, like if there's a specific cruise or whatever, if there's a destination. One of the reasons we're going to Central Florida, we're not going to Orlando because of the Mouse House. Disney's great. Disney's not my focus. We're going to Central Florida for the easy access to either side. We're sticking around Orlando area because we know so many people, because there are a lot of things there that I do need to focus to begin with, and because he can transfer down there with his job. And also because there's an international airport there, so he can go to Thailand. We are going down there for a year to decide if that's where we want to stay or if we want to focus on one region of Florida, if we want to even stay in Florida. Hey, Dave. I said hey to you already like an hour ago, half hour ago. um, but we're not going to Orlando because of the Mouse House. I could drive an hour or two to get to the Mouse House if that was what I wanted to do. So it doesn't really matter to me if I'm by the Mouse House. One thing I am going to do when we are in Orlando, because I wish that other people did more of this, is I'm going to be streaming or recording events, places outside of Mouse House in Orlando. A couple people are starting to do it, just mostly because they couldn't get into Disney. I don't think it was a conscious decision if they wanted to see the Orlando area. I want to see the Orlando area, and not that many streamers do that. Yes, I have ADHD, which is part of this, but I don't want to go watch a stream every day, all day of Disney World. It's boring. It's just, after a while, it gets really boring. Just to watch the same people doing the same thing at day in and day out. And granted, that's, I mean, my streams here, you're watching me drive around, but it's just a side effect. I'm here to chat. I'm not here to really show you anything when I'm driving around for the most part right now. There will be streams that do that. And I think I've rambled on that subject enough. And Garrett's stream, if y'all watch this in replay or what have you, check out Garrett's stream with the chef from last night. It was interesting, even if he does say it all wrong. I've never heard a chef say it incorrectly, but I'm not filtered. I think I just spent 10 minutes telling you that. But yeah, it was a cool stream. Check out Monarch Moments. They're having some cool guests. It makes me feel I should tap my friends, but I don't like to bug my friends to do things like that. So if any of my friends are on here watching this and want to come on, I don't need one. I'm good. If any of my friends are watching this and want to come on and talk about what they do or whatever, we can do that. But I'm not going to go ask you or bug you. I know you got stuff to do. Most of the time when they're in town, they don't even have time to get coffee, so I'm not going to mess with all that. I kind of wish I could. But I don't want to. I know they're just busy, running. When they're off time, they've got family to be with, so I don't think I would a filter. I like me without a filter. I'm gonna start yawning again. So it is currently, for those of you who may be wondering, 64 degrees, according to my car and my watch. It was cold this morning. It was supposed to have gone down in the 30s. I don't know if it actually did. But I slept good in the cold. So what should I filter, Garrett? What should I make that's not me? So people learn, don't ask me questions if you don't really want to know the answers, because I will answer you. Unless I decide I don't want to. And I'm just like, I'm not going to answer that. Oh, don't mention video editing. I have so many things I need to edit into something smaller, and I need to make an intro. I'm really bad at making intros. Like, I have the intro with the train that's on some of my videos, and that's cool and all, but it's not really what I want. No, that's not what I meant, Garrett. Oh my gosh. That's not what I meant. I meant there needs to be other content besides that. That's like, you can't watch the same thing every day, all day. And maybe I just spend too much time on YouTube. I can't be responsible for how people misunderstand me. I really cannot. And that's one thing I learned a long time ago. If you misunderstand me, I will try to correct you or explain my point. But if you're not willing to listen, then I just go on my merry way. Um, I pretty much say what I mean. So there's not a whole lot of reading into things that I say. Some people do, though. Sometimes I'm not clear because I may be confused in my brain or I may be sleepy or actually most of the time it's because my brain's off somewhere else while I'm trying to talk about something and I forgot where I was. But I just I don't know. When I was a child, I was a bad child. I lied a lot. I did not have good role models in that respect. Um, I can remember one time in elementary school telling people I had a twin, but she wasn't home right now. It was just weird, crazy stuff. I have vivid, vivid imagination. But as an adult, I don't see the point because the truth will come out eventually, or you just I don't know. It's just not I'm just me. Why not be me? It's just like with dating, people used to say, well, you can't be that way. You have to act a certain way to catch somebody and you can change later. I'm like, why am I going to do that? Because I'll change later and then we'll break up. I'm just me. And if I offended somebody, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend somebody. I love the Walt Disney World streams. I just don't want to see it 24/7. I want to see I want to see variety. I want to see things outside of Disney World. I want to see um everything. I'm a curious sort. I want to see and know about everything. And yeah, it's not that I don't think the streams are boring. I'm going to have to go soon because I'm going to start coughing from this pollen. I don't think the streams are boring. I think that watching the same thing 24/7 is boring. I need to feed my brain. Okay, I'm going to start coughing because of pollen and I did not bring water, so I'm going to have to end this. And I will probably hit you guys up later, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to go and finish my little errands. It's pollen. Oh, and another side effect that they don't tell you about from this stupid vaccine is you are so thirsty. I cannot get enough water. And then add pollen onto it. I got to end it. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for hitting the like button. If you guys come by, no, we got Pfizer. I'll talk to you about it off stream, but there are definitely side effects, at least for us. That they don't even touch. I mean, they say, "Oh, you might feel this or you might feel that." No, it's not. It's not like that. It's imagine not being able to sleep because you ache. Your body's all achy. It's not really hurt, but you're achy. your arm will hurt. Chris couldn't even lift his arm for like the first couple days. But then you're achy and you don't sleep. So you're exhausted all day, and that continues for a week. And even when you do get sleep, you if you get up and move around and do things, your energy levels are just like plummet. If you've ever been iron deficient, that's how it is. If you're if you're iron deficient and you need to take iron supplements, the way that you feel if you don't take those supplements, that's how you feel for a week afterwards. And then the first time that you get some sleep and it's not, you sleep through the whole night and you feel so much better, but then it only lasts for a few hours because you're starting over. But I'm going to go ahead and go so I don't cough on you guys. And if anybody has any questions, hit me up on Instagram. Links in the bottom. I think that's it. Sub, bell, notifications. And above all, be well and have fun. Bye, Dave. Bye, Garrett.